Success. We all want it. We're all chasing it. But how many of us are truly asking the right questions? Is the success you're pursuing really your own? Or are you following a path laid out by someone else? In this video, we're not just talking about success in the way most people do. No, this is about redefining what success means for you. We'll uncover the untold truths, the deeper insights that others rarely share. By the end of this video, you'll see success in a completely different light, one that is personal, grounded, and real. Let's begin with a name you've probably never heard of. Natsuki Ikizawa, a poet and essayist who once said, "Success is finding beauty in the ordinary." This simple yet profound statement invites us to reconsider our definitions of success and beauty. It's a profound statement that shifts our entire perspective on success. Instead of chasing grand achievements, it encourages us to find joy in the everyday moments that often go unnoticed. Natsuki wasn't talking about accolades or fame. He was pointing to something much more accessible and intimate. He was referring to the ability to find meaning and fulfillment in the smallest moments of life. Imagine savoring the aroma of your morning coffee, or the feeling of sunlight on your face. When we stop chasing what the world defines as success, we open ourselves to a much deeper and more personal victory. This victory is not about external validation, but about internal peace and contentment. This brings us to our first truth. Success isn't about reaching the top. It's about finding purpose where you are. It's about recognizing the value in the tasks and moments that make up our daily lives. Let me ask you, when was the last time you found joy in a simple, quiet moment? When was the last time you paused to appreciate the beauty of a sunset or the comfort of a good book? When was the last time you measured success by how connected you felt to your life instead of by your bank account or status? These are the moments that truly define our lives, the moments that bring us closer to understanding what it means to be truly successful. Now let's take a different example, this time from someone you might know, someone whose journey has inspired millions around the world. Elizabeth Gilbert, the author of the internationally acclaimed memoir, Eat, Pray, Love, once faced what many would consider the ultimate failure. Her book was a phenomenal success, but what followed was a period of intense struggle. After her breakout success with that book, every project she touched seemed to fall apart. The pressure to replicate her previous success was immense, and it seemed like nothing she did could measure up. Critics were harsh, and fans felt let down. The negative reviews poured in, and the disappointment was palpable. It was a tough time, and many would have given up. Instead of letting that break her spirit, Gilbert stepped back. She took a moment to breathe, to reflect, and to reconnect with herself. She realized that she needed to find her own voice again. She realized she wasn't writing for them anymore. She needed to write for herself. She began to write what she loved, what she felt passionate about, without worrying about the critics or the market. And that's when her true success emerged. Not in numbers, but in peace. She found joy in her work again, and that joy translated into her writing. Her readers could feel it, and they responded to it. Her story teaches us our second truth. True success is deeply personal. It starts with honoring who you really are, not who others want you to be. It's about finding your own path and staying true to it, no matter what. Let's pause for a moment. Ask yourself, what have I been chasing? Have you been running after someone else's definition of success? Think about the last big goal you achieved. How did it feel when you finally reached it? Did it bring you that deep satisfaction you were hoping for? Or was there still something missing? Many of us spend our lives chasing the wrong goals. trying to live up to someone else's expectations. We achieve, we win, and yet deep inside, there's an emptiness. Something still feels incomplete. This is the hidden trap of success. Reaching the top only to realize it's not what we really wanted. And that's the painful truth no one tells you. Success as we know it, based on external achievements, money, recognition, doesn't fill the void. It leaves you asking, why am I still not happy? It's because we've been chasing the wrong version of success. But here's the good news. You don't have to stay stuck in this cycle. There's a different way. A way to find fulfillment and purpose in every step you take. You can redefine what success looks like for you. Take a moment to reflect. What's missing in your life? What part of your success journey doesn't feel aligned with who you truly are? If you're tired of chasing someone else's dream, now is the time to pause, reflect, and reset. This is what Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and author of Man's Search for Meaning, discovered. Even in the darkest of circumstances, Frankl found that the ultimate human drive isn't success, it's meaning. Frankl saw that those who survived the horrors of the concentration camps weren't necessarily the strongest, but those who had a sense of purpose. His philosophy, known as logotherapy, is built on this simple idea. Life's deepest fulfillment comes from meaning, not achievement. So here's the question for you. What gives your life meaning? Is it something the world sees and applauds? Or is it something quiet, something only you can define? I want to share another story with you. This one is about a person who might remind you of yourself, or someone you know. Not of a famous figure, but of someone like you. Someone who has dreams, aspirations, and the drive to achieve them. Carlos, a graphic designer, spent years chasing promotions and recognition in his field. He poured his heart and soul into his work, always striving to be the best. He worked late hours, took on extra projects, and climbed the corporate ladder. His dedication was unwavering, and his ambition seemed boundless. But after years of working himself to the bone, Carlos realized something devastating. He wasn't happy. The long hours and constant pressure had taken a toll on his well-being. He had reached every goal he set, but none of it brought him peace. The accolades and promotions felt hollow, and he found himself questioning the path he had chosen. That's when Carlos made a radical decision. He decided to take a step back and reevaluate what truly mattered to him. He quit his high-paying job and began freelancing, not because he wanted more freedom, but because he wanted more connection to the art that first inspired him. He wanted to rediscover the passion that had driven him to become a graphic designer in the first place. Today, Carlos isn't making as much money as he did before, but he wakes up excited to work every day. He's found a renewed sense of purpose and joy in his work. He's found something most people overlook. Success isn't about the rewards. It's about the joy in the process. Carlos has learned that true fulfillment comes from doing what you love and finding happiness in the journey, not just the destination. What do all these stories, from Natsuki, Elizabeth, Victor, and Carlos, have in common? It's simple. Success isn't a destination. It's not the final result. It's the small moments, the internal victories, and the peace that comes from living in alignment with your values. Now, it's your turn. What have you been chasing? What have you been running towards? And more importantly, why? It's time to stop following someone else's map to success. Create your own map. Define success on your terms, whether that means finding meaning in small moments or building something that the world doesn't yet understand. Success is yours to create. Remember this, success isn't out there, it's in here, and it's waiting for you to embrace it.